Ooh, Frozen. Du -du 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 -du. Hello, everybody. Just a little glitch in the system there. I'm Gaz Williams, and welcome to my adventures in Eurorack. Phew, last week. Oh my goodness, that was a bit of a shambles. Thank you so much, everybody, for your kind comments and support. And yes, it is good to kind of represent the rough with the smooth, because this modular journey isn't necessarily like easy. No one said it would be easy, and it's actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Oh, but it is a lot of fun. And on tonight's show, I said I was excited about last week's show. I was. It went a little bit odd. I'm hoping tonight's show will go a little bit smoother, because tonight we're going to be looking at wavefolding and exploring a little bit about it. And to do that, we're going to use the DPW Wavefolder. Okay, so we've got a few DPW Design modules in tonight. The 4-band distortion, we've seen that a few times, and the AV1. But the main focus is going to be the Wavefolder, and we're going to use the data, the Mordax data, as an oscilloscope. So we can, have a look at what all this, what on earth is this wavefolding? And, well, wavefolding essentially is folding the waveform. So the oscilloscope can demonstrate that. Pretty cool. I'm just checking in. Yes. Dan Welbeck is in the chat room. Dan, this is your night. This is your big night tonight. I'm going to be definitely borrowing your expertise, because actually I'm planning on using some of the use case examples that are in the manual. There's a really good manual that Dan has written. Yes, just to clarify a few things here. Dan sent me those modules. So just to clear that up, we are friends, and he's been a great help and support. But I do buy modules as well, including, look what's here, Plaits from Mutable Instruments. Now, I just bought this. I just bought this in the last hour or 2 hours ago. Saw it on the secondhand locally. Shout out to Adam there. So I just nipped out and bought it. Haven't used it yet. Now, the reason I got that was it's something that's, it's almost like a standard. I think it's become like a standard digital oscillator. And I loved what I heard of it in the parts of it that were used inside the Arturia Micro Freak, the little Arturia synth there, because it's, as with all mutable instruments stuff, it's open source. Wow, look at this. Awesome people in the chat room. Yeah. I have a dead module, yeah. If anyone saw last week's show, my little 2 HP VCA died, and can't seem to revive it. So if anyone knows how to get that alive, I'd be most grateful. Right, so I was mentioning, yes, so I buy modules, but sometimes people send me modules, and module manufacturers, please get in touch if you'd like your modules shown on the show. That's one brilliant thing that I love to do. So yes, not just because I want more modules, because it gives me stuff to talk about and it doesn't destroy my bank balance. Yes, but I have spent an awful lot of money on this thing now. So, yeah. So don't think everything is for free, because it's not. I've spent thousands and thousands on this, and that is one of the things that you find with modular. It's addictive and it's expensive. And everyone's going, yep, told you so. We knew all along. And now I'm like, oh gosh, I keep seeing the ones that are like drool-worthy. But speaking of drool-worthy, this Wavefolder definitely is most drool-worthy. This has got the little E1 expansion with it as well, which gives us a switchable. Oh, I can hear a bit of. Let's just get a bit of background noise out of the way. Distortion limiter you can switch them remotely, like with a modulator. We'll explain what all of that is about in a bit. So yes, very much blessed to have the creator in the live chat tonight. So Dan Welbeck, DPW Design. I've mentioned this many times, but I love this distortion that Dan makes, and I use it on with my bass guitar on my pedal board, and it's just fantastic. It cuts through in ways that I've never heard another distortion do. So yeah. John who trumpets in the chat room says it's not called Eurorack for nothing. Yes. And those of you long-term watchers of the show will see my head level change as the chair sort of slowly deflates. No, I have not got a new chair just yet. So, and it's a creaky old thing. So that is the chair and not my bowels, has been suggested by some people. Although it would make a good excuse. Dan is saying it'll be interesting to see what I do with it. More nightmare ambience. Absolutely. Nightmare ambience just comes out of every single orifice of me. So it seems. Right. Anyway, on with the show. Let's go to here. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'll come here first. Let's come here. I'm going to use an oscillator from Dreadbox, and that's going to come out into the eudaimonia also from Dreadbox, which is acting as a mixer and a VCA. The VCA is getting its gate from Ataxia, and Ataxia is being our envelope generator, opening the VCA. Okay. That's really super simple. And then that signal is coming out into the Wavefolder, out of the Wavefolder, and then through the Mordax data, which is acting as an oscilloscope, which we should be able to see it better with that camera there. Yes, it's working. It's working. Hooray. But before I get stuck in, again, those of you who watch my shows may have seen my camera odyssey. We've all been along with, good improvements in visual quality. Well, this is the new lens. This is the new lens. It's a 30mm lens. So brings me a little bit closer to you. So, but look at that. I can't, that thing there. I can't get rid of it at the moment. So I hope you can learn to live with it, so I don't have to kind of do my head in trying to block it out. Anyway, right. Without further ado, let's get back to it. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with let's bring in our sound. Okay. Triangle. I'll just move the... There's the saw wave. And then it's kind of weird. The square wave looks a bit odd. And there's a sine wave. And I know we're going to need the sine wave for one of these examples that we're going to do in a moment. But anyway, so the concept of wavefolding, this Wavefolder, now I'm going to probably come unstuck a little bit now. But you can essentially distort the top part of the wave or the bottom part of the wave, sort of with the positive cycle and the negative cycle. So if I change this one now, we can see... Oh! I'll change the bottom part. So you can see our waveform is changing quite drastically. And this is it in its most basic form, you know. But I'm using this with audio signals, but you could also use this to shape your CV signals as well. So that's something that we'll have a look at doing in a bit as well. So we're going to use the Dreadbox Hysteria mostly, but then as we go on, I'm going to then bring in the Plaits, because I think there's a lot of interesting modulatable aspects of the Plaits. So we could use the Wavefolder to change maybe a signal coming from an LFO or something like that. Ooh, listen to me. I almost sound like I know what I'm talking about. It's a Batwave, says Data Broth. Yeah, I mean, you get Batman. I keep getting different types of Batman. In fact, if I take the Wavefolder off, then if I give it a bit too much signal, there he is. He's just always there. Batman. Actually, Batman through the ages as well. Mordax data is Mac is saying Mordax data is stupidly overpriced. Well, I know it's not cheap, but at the same time though, it is multifunctional. I mean, I won't go into this tonight, but there is a ton of things that it can do, including being 4 oscillators. Oh no, 2 oscillators, sorry. Anyway, let's play around with these wave shapes then. So the Wavefolder then, yeah, we're able to play with, yeah, you can see that there, how it's starting from that part of the wave, and then from below, sort of similar but not quite the same. So if we can sort of have the idea then that we're working with something that affects the top and the bottom part of a wave, then that really gets you some way to understanding a little bit of the purpose of this. Now, this is it's nice looking graphics on here, but they do serve a purpose in that they are almost like just drawings of patch cables to kind of work out where all the signals are flowing to. So so with everything mainly going to the yellow, this is the master output. Yeah, here. But we could tap the positive fold or the negative fold, and we can send in modulators to modulate these. So these are essentially attenuators. These at the top here, and these two here. And also here we got a clean control. So the clean control is just, in fact, let's take the, so take the clean out. Oh yeah, so it's a bit easier to sort of see things in a way. It's funny little architecture that you get from this. So look, if I bring the clean signal back in, oh, looks like a, I don't know, Spock's head. Oh, we're getting into Taj Mahal territory. Woo. You can hear that clipping distortion coming in. So it's yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to see what's going on. But anyway, we've got in the manual a use case example, and the first one we're going to do is the big mid-side PWM sound. So to do this, we need to connect a sine audio in, so we can get a sine from here. We got a sine going on. I'm just going to put this into like some sort of default. I think this is the default. There we go. Right. Okay, so let's follow the next step. Set off N and off P to the center position. Okay, pop them in the center. Okay, connect two different LFOs to P and N and set to sine wave. I haven't got sine waves. There's a flaw in the plan. I'm going to use triangles. I don't know how much that's going to mess up this. Let's take slower ones. So I'm going to use the Takab 3 LFO here. It's a very simple LFO, but so should I could get the Batumian. That's got LFO. That's got sines. Dan, is this not going to work so well if I don't use sines? But anyway, we're gonna plug these in anyway, and we're gonna pop them into our LFOs to P and N. Okay, now let's next adjust the P and N clockwise until FOP and FON LEDs barely flash. Okay. Cableitis. Connect the font outputs. Oh, I see. Connect FOP output to the right. Oh, I see. Okay. So take FOP output. Again, I think it's, and that's going to go to our right socket. And then left. Oh, okay, let's pop that one in there. I've got to get another jack lead, I just realized. I'm in mono. Oh no. One moment. Now, trying not to break everything. Okay, nearly there. Sorry about this. A little oversight. I'm coming out of the KB37 in mono. Yeah, let's just rectify that. Okay. Okay. I need to turn the attenuators on the top too. Yep. I like how you can get stereo out of it. That's super cool. Hang on, let me just see. Connect the outputs left and fold it. Oh. Damn. I need to put the output. I should have read ahead on this one. Maybe, do you know what? I might just skip this one because I realise there's another flaw in the plan. I need a central. You put the main out to the centre, and then you have these two outputs on the sides. And I didn't put a mixer module in. Duh. So I was just relying on my stereo out. Whoops. Okay, but still, let's have a little play with what I've got anyway, and just have a look. Why am I getting that? Why am I losing sound? Oh. What have I done? Oh, why have I lost the sound? Oh, something seems to be cutting out. Oh, this is gone. Oh, there we go. Do you know what? I'm going to abandon this. I'm going to do another patch because I wasn't quite prepped for that one. Sorry, Dan. Audio rate on top of ADSR. Envelope in on in. Connect out to the frequency CV input of a VCF. Yes, we can do that. Connect out. Yeah, so that'll come into my eudaimonia, into my CV input there. Okay, and then set off to close. This is hard. Following these instructions, I thought, oh, this would be cool. This is hard. It's and probably not a lot of fun. I don't know if I should just sort of be a little bit more random, but it's quite interesting. There's a bunch of examples in the manual here. And me and my stupidity thought, oh, I'll do those for the first time live. Okay, well, I'll give it a go. Audio rate on top of ADSR. It's just the amount of time it takes for me to read it and process it. It's I'm not going to. Sorry, Dan. They're great examples there. I'm going to try and figure something out. But there is a lot of cool things that you can do with it. So let me just patch up something. Yeah, I'm finding reading that just too hard. I'm just staring at the words. I'm probably panicking because there's people watching and I'm trying to figure stuff out. Oops, that's the wrong way around. I'll pop that one in there. Just bring that down a moment. Let me just make sure I'm going to get my sound back up again because I was having some great fun with what I was doing earlier. So I'll do that. I'll do that. Gosh. And then, as I say, I'm interested to see what happens with Plaits. Now, I know that many of you will be probably very familiar with Plaits, but it's a complete mystery to me. Okay, so coming in, and then we're going to come out of our mixer. There we go. We're just going to get basic sound back again, and then excuse that. Let's get that back up. Let's go back to mono here, I think. Okay, all right. Yeah, thanks, Bill. He's saying take your time and have fun. It's yeah, thank you. You're a lovely bunch in the live chat. I swear, make me feel very happy. Oof, it's a bit loud, isn't it? Let's that's quite hot. Right. These I'll keep these examples open. I'll use them as a little guide, but yeah, there's some. Why didn't I do them? Why didn't I do them before? Right. Okay. But anyway, we can modulate these things, so let's do that. Let's get some modulation on the go. And I'm going to use the AV1 here because I can. This is the attenuator also from DPW. And that just gives us a bit more control. Wow. Let's try different. So nice. Yeah. So the limiter, I think, adds a whole load of clean gain from there, see? And then distortion even more. Just to see. Okay, just cheat. Funny little architecture it creates. Let's get that other LFO in. Why has that stopped doing that? What has happened there? I don't know why that stopped doing that rhythm. Let's just see what's going on. Oh, what's going on? Ooh. So I've got loads of juicy... Oh, big fat square wave now. Oh yeah. Gosh. It's really weird. Let's try this. God, our little sine wave is just being murdered here. Gotta get control. Okay. Let's get those center in a moment. Get those LFOs not doing anything. Let me try and get this back into doing something predictable. Okay. Why is my oscilloscope? Okay. Right. So, what am I doing? Why is this gone? Why is this stopped? Hang on. Oh, this has done this before. I forget what on earth's happened to this now. I'm going to just do something a minute. Let me just get this back. Oh, hang on. So you're saying sine wave into channel 1, data out folder. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat room. Oh, here we go. Start again. Okay, so okay. sort of dealing with something I can work with now. Okay. So you can see how I'm offsetting the kind of the voltage there. Okay. So these LFOs. Oh man. You see, these things, this is way out of my depth really. I'm such a kind of, I don't know, this is sort of more ninja Eurorack. I'm going to try and get back to something. I don't know what's going on here. Ouch! Sorry about that. Oh dear me. Here I was. God, it's weird. This stuff is weird. I was doing cool things just like 2 hours ago with it, thinking this'll show them. Oof, what am I doing wrong here? Seems like there's something always weird. Let's take these LFOs out for a moment. Okay, all right. Yes, that's what we want to hear at the moment. I'm going to use the ataxia as in full ADSR mode. Yeah. Okay, cool. That is working as it should be. Okay. Fine. Don't know what I'm doing, rubbing my hands together. It's like, yes, let's get stuck in. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me there. Okay, let's play around with this again. Oh yeah, these should be cranked up there. Is something... I think something's gone loose or something. I keep getting a buzz when I... Yeah, so like when last week and I was trying to do stuff, I think the stuff that what was occurring to me is how kind of unconsumery the whole kind of Eurorack world is. You know, you do have to have a modicum of an idea of the the electrical aspect of it, I think. That's the bit I don't have any. I'm just like a bass player, you know. Right, okay, let's get this doing things again. So I think this is the start, this is the default starting position. Yeah, let's... Okay. Let's get this oscillator... Sorry, this oscilloscope. That's... Am I... Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. It's all... When it all goes a bit wrong and then I sort of... I fall off the log and then I get confused. I haven't been using this data anywhere near enough. I've put it in a mode here and it's not the mode I want it to be in. So I've done this before on the show as well and I can't remember how to get out of it. Not that. Oscilloscope. Yeah. Oh no, I think that's right. Normal. Oops. Pardon a pop. No. Set it to auto for a moment. Okay. Maybe it's just weak. It's just too weak a signal, isn't it? That's what it is. That's what it is. If we give it... Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't think it's broken. It's me who's broken. Right. Okay. Yeah. So we want a bit more level. Oh, I can change that here anyway, can't I? I know, here. Ah, okay. Okay. Oh, are you suggesting coming into the I don't know what I've done here now. I've turned something on. Okay, sorry, this is horrible to listen to. What am I thinking? I'm getting stuck in my head now and neglecting you, dear people. I apologise for that. Yeah, I'm just struggling a little bit with this. God, I have to try and remember too many things. Oh, okay. I see what Dan is saying. Dan is saying to come out here and then to go in. Oh, hang on. I'm missing bits. I'm starting to realise I can't read. I can read. Well, I think I can read. But when I'm doing these shows, I can't read. My brain won't allow me to read. I'm just like looking at words. It's like, words. Yeah. I've been thinking a bit about the whole kind of concept of performing. I've always been a performer all my life. You know, I've been gigging. Well, I think my first gig was when I was 15, but really was always performing before that in different things and in plays and in shows and all sorts of stuff. So being on stage and performing has just been it's been my entire life. I've been a musician my entire life. It's the only thing I've ever done. So I'm a performer. That's what I am. I'm a pretty good performer as well, I think, because I get possessed when I perform, you know, or rather the performance possesses me, and I'm in there, and I'm not myself. I move into something else. I don't think about it beforehand. It's not anything planned. I just do things in the moment. Like possessed in the moment, really. And it's a complete just giving myself entirely into the moment, you know. And so gigging is a huge important part of my life that I've not been doing really because of, like everybody else, blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm just kind of thinking that if I'm kind of performing, that the hemispheres of the brain, you know, what is it? Right hemisphere is all your kind of creative, and left hemisphere is all your kind of technical stuff. So I reckon I'm having like kind of fisticuffs in the kind of my you know, hemispheres of my brain, you know, when trying to do this show. I reckon that's why I can't read. I think it's something like that. Any psychoanalysts out there having a field day with all of this? Sorry, what was Dan saying? Black cable into... yeah, I mean, yes. Black... right, I gotta look. So it's thank you Ask Your Head, that's very kind. Technical Brain DJ Pastoelio says technical brain works better at the start of the day and creative brain works better at night. Yeah, I'll go with that. That is cool. Relax, says Human Error. Yeah. And relax. Well, so in a way, I think part of why I was avoiding Eurorack was because I know that my brain would get a bit sort of befuddled with it all. So I've been doing professional reviews for about 10 years or so now, so probably should know better. But but those things that I typically review are kind of more like kind of closed systems, and I can get my head around that a little bit. You know, so if I'm reviewing a pedal, you know, or a synth or something that's you know, you kind of learn the parameters and you learn. And yes, you can connect it to MIDI and you can connect it in various other ways. But I think the very sort of unclosed world of modular, the fact it's just boom. It's like hard to get your head around because it's... I remember Dave Spears, the great Dave Spears of GeForce Software. Check out their new Oberheim plugin if you haven't already. It's on special offer. Look at me getting a plugin for my mate, but it's amazing. And Dave is a real treasure in the synth community. I've mentioned it before, but the Bright Sparks, the film about the creators of the great creators of the, you know, the legendary synthesizers. That documentary is now available free to watch on YouTube and is highly recommended. But that, you know, Dave is a great man. I'm digressing about Dave. Why? Because he told me about modular years ago and warned me as well. Because I think he was showing me, was it a System 55 or it was, you know, it was a big. No, I think it was a synthesizers.com big modular. This enormous patch, and he was saying about like, when you're patching and you're kind of doing it in a mindful way and you're going from here to here and then I want it to go from here to here and then here to here, there's only so many of those connections you can kind of keep your head, you know, that makes sense. I think once then a few more patches, I think then that the brain can't follow the signal path anymore. And you're kind of in this other realm where it's amazing kind of exploratory zone. But I wonder if it's something to do with the fact that our brains can only kind of process 7 things simultaneously. I think it's something like that, isn't it? And if an 8th thing comes along, it pops one of the other things out. So maybe you can only follow 7 patches, 7 things before you get confused. I'm gonna have to catch up with the messages go too fast, and my inability to read as well. That I'm just learning about this inability to read. Right, these are digressions away from the task in hand. Yeah. I'm sorry, Dan has given me advice, and I'm going to have to say, Dan, I missed it, and I don't want you to have to write it again. So I think we'll have a we'll have a Skype chat and we'll go through it, and then I'll come back all kind of G'd up and I'll know what I'm doing. So I think then what I'm going to do now is just mess around rather than try and follow anything too much, because as I say, I'm finding that really hard to do. I have done this before in the past where I've tried to patch things in collaboration with people and have really struggled, so I should remember remember that. Anyway, oh, and I got Plaits here as well, which is just, I know, is something extraordinary to explore within that. In fact, I do think it is patched in that we can hear it. Let me just see. Or is this, let me just get my sound working first. Oh. Okay, there's our analog oscillator. Now if I bring in Plaits. Wow. God, it's really big and warm sounding, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Let's get a better view. Oh no! We've had a camera like, hang on, let me just sort that out. Let me find something for you to look at in the meantime. Oops. All right. Wow. God, that's brilliant sounding. Well, so that's going through our system, so we can fold this then. Is it? Yeah, it should be. I'll take the clean out for now. Oh, what's going on here? Is something... I'm not sure what's going on. So I'll take the clean out. Should I be able to hear something? Okay. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I think that's not making any sense to me now. It was what it was before. Let me go back to my other oscillator. See, it's not doing what it was doing before. Why is that not? That's not doing what it was doing. Ah. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, all right. Let's get that back on there. Just put this back in the middle, I think. Oops. So there's like a voltage offset. Okay, these are working better in negative. Okay, let's get it modulated again. And where's the other one going? Here. Is that audio rate? Oh yeah, audio rate LFO. Let's make that slower. Ouch. Wow, look at that. What's causing that? Where's that click coming from? I guess it's, oh, is it our LFO? Oh. Is that like a DC offset or something? That's that click. I'm not using any square waves, but I don't know what that clicky thing is. I don't like it. Why is it doing it? Right, so that LFO is controlling the speed of that thing. Let me try. Let's put that in a square wave. Oh, okay. I'm definitely going to have that. I'm going to have a Skype sesh with Dan and go through this. I did read the manual. I was a good boy, but I need more knowledge. Whoa, okay. I'm taking... Right. So, there is a symmetry switch on here, and I think that will then just mean that you can affect the top and bottom symmetrically. So I think only this... Oof. God, I think I need a filter at the end of this. Yeah. It's always nice to have a low pass filter at the end, isn't it? Just to act like a volume. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I'm feeling a bit more confident now. That's cool, isn't it? I mean, that's making a really complex, interesting waveform. Now let's bring in that other one, that Plaits then in with it. Wow. Not really nice sound, but it's a sound. Nope, that's not. I'm adjusting so it's not plugged in. I know what I'm going to do though. I'm going to put it through the 4-band distortion because that can work a bit like a filter. Yes. Oh, here we go. Let's just get my head out of the way. This distortion is great. See what the distortion is doing, so I'm going to patch it. I'm going to change that around, I think. Let's have out. Let's have that going in there. Then that can go into there instead. So we can have a look at this gruesome waveform. Arpeggiator on the go. All right. There's loads of gain available on this distortion. Ah, yeah. I'll tell you what I can do. I can set the LFO to switch this distortion on and off. So that's curious. There, that tone is the switch being switched on and off at audio rate. Well, it's a bit nasty, but it's cool, though, isn't it? So I wouldn't think a switch could do that. Haha! It's crazy. some phaser on that would have been nice. It says Harry Turner. Yes, I should have plugged a phaser in, but oh, I could. How could I do it? I could do it with my foot. I've got a flanger. Oh yeah. I'll check that. What about that? Be careful. There's some kind of quite gnarly noises waiting to. Let's distort this then. Speed it up. Oops. Oh dear. Yuck. Hang on. Right. Enough of that one. Okay. Yeah. You see that? I think when I'm when things just happen and I sort of lose a little bit of the control of it, but it just starts doing things. That's when I find it just hugely appealing. You know, I find it like being the beast that you can't tame. You know, it sort of feels dangerous, and it feels kind of like this all sorts of things waiting to pounce out. But God, this. So I'm not going to go into Plaits too much tonight because I haven't even read the manual, or I haven't really read much about it at all. I do know that it's got tons of modes, and you can modulate the modes, I think, and make it do all sorts of stuff. But as nice as it is, I'm going to take it out for now. I'm going to just keep with our let's just keep with our we'll just keep with our little analog oscillator just for a moment. I'm going to try and get that's pretty cool. Right, where am I? So I was doing that with the symmetry on then. Oh. really know what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Wow. Gosh. So just unplugging the modulator to the on-off switch. Can invert that signal coming from the LFO. I'm amazed how much just modulating that switch. So I guess it's switching it on and off. It's switching that distortion on and off so unbelievably rapidly. Let's try that as square then. So I suppose a square makes more sense, doesn't it? Okay. Oops. And we're just gonna do something. Oh, let's bring Plaits back in as well. Ah. I should explain a little bit about what's going on here, because I do have the Eventide H9 plugged in. That's what it's going through, which does give us this rather nice... Take it off. That's the sound without it. So this is a patch that I made. Does like a weirdy swell thing. It's quite cool, isn't it? Okay. So I think if I got on arpeggiator, let's get this arpeggiator thing going. So still using that. This would be nice with effects, wouldn't it? What's that? Eek. What's going on? That's too much. This will be mad. It's chaos. It's bizarre. So I've got distortion on here with a switch. I can shape the tone of it. Interesting. Where I feel really self-indulgent. Oh my goodness. Right. Go. I mean the eventide lurking in the wings, just out of shot there, is obviously, it does an awful lot, that eventide. I mean, it's an incredible sounding effect. That's the H9 Max, by the way. What's quite cool about that pedal is it's got loads of different algorithms, which have got a lot of history to them. The eventide algorithms were, probably still are in many ways, almost like the prize jewels of DSP algorithms. You know, the quality of their algorithms, especially their pitch shifting algorithm. You know, it's been on so many hit records. Right. Okay. So I'm making horrible noises. Right, let's do something. This will be funny. Goodness, the nightmare ambience has most definitely begun. Is it music? Oh. Whoa. Too much verb. Swallowing. Whoa. Okay. All right. Well, stop. Is that the LFO? It's sort of music. Let's come out of that reverb. Yeah, it's sort of music. It's a sort of music. Yes. So in the manual for the Wavefolder is some really good, I mentioned earlier, some really good examples of what to do. So we will return to it once I'm a little bit more kind of clued in with it. And I've had a good chat with Dan about it as well. I will return. So this will be something, a work in progress. I would like, if it's all right with you guys, I would like to just have a little extra play with this Plaits. Just because it's very curious to me. So I think what I'll do, I'll finish off then with something with Plaits. So I'll bypass a lot of this other stuff. We're going to come back to the Wavefolder on another session. So I'm just going to do something super simple for now then. Oh look, I'm going to use Plaits in its most simple way. The trigger, I'm going to put the gate into trig. Let's see. So if I'm going to see if I can just do a really, really simple thing where it's just Plaits. So there's nothing else at all. So just have a little play with it. The timbre. So there's these little buttons on the top here, which I think, so we got the so I think, whoa. Oh, there's some vocal. I recognise some of this from the Micro Freak now. Ace! I wanted to have an oscillator that would do funny things like this. Sounds ace, doesn't it? I'm going to finish off with a bit of this because this is cool. I'm going to take the wheel, and I'm going to plug it in to one of these, the morph control maybe. Vals is saying use the kick drum model several octaves up with the reverb as a raindrop plucky synth. That sounds cool. So there's a kick drum model then, is there? See, I know nothing about it. Oh yeah, is that I can see little icons. Oof. Good heft to it, isn't there? Like it. Let's try the wheel into harmonics instead. Touch is going into timbre, is going in to change that timbre. Yes, that makes sense to me. After touch, Tom Weiss, Synth Anatomy. Tom in the chat room. Nice to see you, Tom. I've got this because Tom mentioned that it was that they stopped making them. I thought I had the last one, but it looks like there are a few more floating around. Thing with mutable instruments, they often put attenuators on, or attenuators, so it makes it ideal for this. Wow. So there's loads to discover in Plaits because I'm using just one mode here. So much in here. Sound like congas or something, doesn't they? try that through some reverb then. See if we can get that. Oh, what about this? A bit too dominant. I'll find just a basic. I'll find a basic hall reverb, I think. Let's try swing. Yeah, plate. Hall. No. I'm trying to change things with my toe. Nice. Okay. Decay. So let's up some of that. Oh, this bags of stuff to explore with Plaits. So I'm not going to go too much on Plaits because that wasn't the plan. Nice. Oh, I see. So you've got green and you've got red. So you've got, how many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So it's like 16 different sort of kind of engines, oscillators, digital oscillators. Wow. There's sweet spots on them though. Nice. So I'm just going to quickly patch this into the eudaimonia. I think it would be good. So we got filters and things available to us. Let's take out the LFO for now. And let's take that out, patch that in. Oof, this is cool. Turn it up. Turn it up. There's an auxiliary out on Plaits, so that's something to explore. I don't know what that does either. Input. That was going well until I tried to get that in. Okay, I'll take the VCA out for now. Let's turn that up. No, 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 no. It should be up. Oh, my mistake. Let's come out of the proper output there. Yep, that's good. So I got my analog filter now. You know what? This is amazing. Right, it's time. I'm going to probably knock off now, I think. So, I'm going to have to read through these notes. The chat, I'm missing out on all the Beatles gags. There we go. A bit of a mixed bag tonight. Definitely kicking me in the bum every time I try and do stuff that's above my kind of ability level. Every time I think it is a bit like, I'm making a bit of progress and I'm getting knocked back a little bit and make a little bit more progress. So I think overall definitely making some progress. But I've got some fairly cool news to tell you guys. So coming up on future shows. Now, hopefully next Monday, depends on whether stinking Brexit is going to slow things down, because it's really difficult for a lot of trade at the moment. Stuff coming into Britain has to go through, this turmoil that we're all faced. So, but I've got a very, very special module coming that I'm really excited to play around with. And I won't say what it is just yet, because I'm going to do a little teaser about it. I think it's amazing. It looks like it's a super groundbreaking module. And in order to facilitate that particular module and to get the most out of it, that was one of the reasons why I got Plaits. But I've actually also bought another oscillator module, a biggie, a monster, that I bought earlier tonight. It was just like, no way that's going in, no way. But it's I'm not going to say what it is just yet, but it looks pretty mind-blowing. So I think the future shows that I've got coming up featuring these modules that I'm just teasing you about are I'm particularly interested in it, is because it's stuff that's so far outside of things that I've got or I'm experienced with, that it's going to take me to new places. One of the reasons why I'm super excited about one of the modules is the musicality of it, the way it lets you make music. So that's the sort of thing that I'm always looking for with these. I like making sounds, I like making noise, but really I want to make music. That's what I want to do. And as you saw earlier, when I'm getting a bit kind of bogged down with the technical sides of things, it's it's getting over that. I don't like things stopping me to find the music. I'm always looking for music. That's what I'm always looking to do. So these modules are going to be really helpful. Beads? No, it's not beads. No, it's not beads. Is it bigger than Elements, the module? I think it's around the same sort of size, maybe a little bit smaller. And it's not beads. I would love beads. Really interesting modules that I'm going to be woefully underqualified to use and to show, but I'm going to do it anyway. That is my that's my mission. But definitely, please keep coming back and tuning into the show and following me on my route into insanity and bankruptcy. I mean, ouch. My bank account took a big hit today. These things, whew. But anyway, there is an amazing allure to it, though. And like tonight, there's moments where I just feel like, oh gosh, I'm getting into something. I can feel myself getting into something, and it's taking me places. And that's what I want it to do. I want it to take me places, and I want it to inspire me. And but just when I'm struggling a little bit, it's like, and I guess maybe over time I'm going to get better at, getting to know each, module a lot better. I mean, it will take time. That's the thing. I've recently made a video about the Moog semi-modulars. Please watch it. It's on my Gaz Williams channel. It's called Touche and Moog, using the Expressive E Touche. But the reason why I'm mentioning that is because it took quite a lot of time for me to really gel with those things in a way where I could feel like I could tame them, or, coax some music out of them. What's happening with the Beatles? I've missed this. There's all 8 modules a week. There's some... There's some gags I'm missing out on. So Synth Anatomy is speculating it's Metropolix, or Chris Taylor saying the Euclidean sequencer thing. Apollo Kipso saying my money's on the Symphonium. A Deckard's voice, Synth Addict suggesting. Ooh, this is fun. I like this. No one said it yet. And I say there's 2, maybe even 3. Oh, Native ES, because I mentioned Eventide, you described the naming behind the H910, the one after 909, 910. That's what it is. Ha ha! I didn't know that. Okay, I get it now. And then thus Beatlesy things. Oh, I mean, I don't feel so left out now. Human Error, really enjoyed that Moog vid. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. That was sponsored content as well, so you know, I want to do more of that because that's a good gig. But yeah, there's been a bit of fuss lately about making sure that people who are on YouTube are declaring, you know, exactly what's going on in terms of if they're being paid or if they've paid for the things. So going forward, I'm going to try and be as transparent as possible about that, because I do get sent stuff, you know, and I encourage anyone to send me stuff, you know, fantastic. Anything that I can make shows out of, gladly, you know, brilliant. I really like that idea. Nice little exchange. But I will declare things and say what's what. As I say, I bought these modules today, but some there's a mixture. It's a mixture, you know. But I will say, mind you, I typically have the effect of putting people off everything that I demonstrate. So I'm like a kind of anti-salesman. Right, Yes, Tom, Synth Anatomy, you posted about that, very cool, and you linked the videos, and I know that's something that's very, very important to you and your terrific integrity. Sonic State is also something, you know, it's integrity is crucial, you know. When we're doing like reviews on Sonic State, those typically are never paid for, you know, those are just straight up reviews. But I think, you know, I think it's important that people know what's what so they can gather it's an unbiased thing. I mean, I was thinking about bias earlier because, like, on here, you know, Dan Welbeck sent me those, and he's a really great friend. So of course I'm going to be biased, you know. I'm going to be biased because I want to like them. You know, I'm not looking for it to fail. But to be fair, I didn't know Dan when I was using the Moog distortion pedal on my pedal board. And so we've become friends since. But yeah, bias. I'd like to think I'm an honest person. I don't think that I would ever want to be in any way a shill or anything. I just... Not me. I mean, I'm an honest person. What you see is what you get. I hope that comes across okay. But anyway, I think it is important though to clarify some of the things. But yeah, but it's definitely hitting me in the pocket. So I am in utter sympathy with everybody else who's finding this stuff really expensive, because I can't help it. I keep buying things and making myself skint. Always have done. Always have done. I have... Any big jobs that I've done, whatever I do, I just always typically buy gear with the kind of proceeds. It's just what I've always done. I think it's my... What's money for? Buying gear. Yes. I mean, yeah. You know, it's just nice, isn't it, to have something, you know, it's easy to drink or bop it up your nose, you know. So actually buying gear... And it's good as well if you're self-employed like myself. You know, you can claim it, you know, as against tax. Yeah. Synth Anatomy. Oh, you're asking me, is my 2 HP VCA dead? It's dead. Yeah, it's dead. Don't know how I did it. I don't know. Don't know if that something to do with the way it was. I don't know. I don't know if it was that caused the short on my show last week. Don't know. I don't know when the RD9's that's the Behringer 909. I don't know when they're coming out. I'm sorry. It's been a long time coming. Yeah, a couple of months, Agassi reckons. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I'm just waffling. So thank you ever so much for joining me and for your support and for your company. Really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I'm going to be back Wednesday night with my regular Gaz Williams show, so please join me for that. That'll be 8 p.m. GMT. I'm not 100% decided what I'm going to do on Wednesday. It might be some more MIDI bass. That's what I'm thinking. MIDI bass with the Octatrack is one thing I'm thinking, because that is amazing what you can do with that. So that's something. But certainly please join me, because it will be more kind of music tech related stuff. And moving forward as well, once the pandemic's out of the way, I will be back with a Friday effects and more kind of guitar and bass kind of orientated show as well. That's the plan, with a friend who's going to help me. And we'll do a 2's Up presentation, hence it being sort of a kind of when, the COVID horrible business is out of the way, which feels like we can see the end of the tunnel a little bit. Festivals are being announced, gigs are being announced. It looks like we're slowly returning back into that, which is great after this incredibly long, frustrating and tedious pandemic. However, onwards and upwards, and so please keep creating music, or not even creating music, just farting around, just making noise, whatever you want to do. I think this stuff does keep you sane, if a little skint. Synth Addict is saying, I've no more room for large modules. Well, I don't. I keep saying I'm finishing, don't I? And I keep talking. There's too much conversation going on. It's great. But yeah, I've got the KB37, which I'm swapping things in and out. And then I've got my 3 Rack Brutes 6Us. And I've also got a 19-inch tip-top. I can't remember what it's called. And the 19-inch, that I'm starting to build into a drum machine. So that's something I will be showing in the future once I've developed that a little bit further. And putting drum voices into that, and trying to make it like a self-contained drum machine with various modules that will act as sequencers and whatnot. So that's something that's in development that I'm kind of, I'm about 8 modules into that so far. So then the 2 Rack Brute setups, one of which I'm setting up more and more to be just like standard subtractive mono. The one that goes with the Mini Brute is just like a kind of subtractive synth kind of world, and then the other one, that's the experimental one. That's where the interesting modules are going, and as I say, the KB37 then is just a hybrid, and I am finding it really fun now I'm starting to get a decent collection of modules together to cherry pick, like I've been doing, and putting them into this. And that, that's fun. One thing I should mention though, I should mention is this thing doesn't have a 5-volt rail. So it can provide plus 12, minus 12 volts, but some modules need a 5-volt. Now the Rack Brutes have a 5-volt rail, but this one doesn't. Some modules. So you can get a little thing that you can plug into an empty socket, and I think it will mean that it can provide 5 volts as well. I don't quite get it. I was talking to Ben Chilton from Elevator Sound earlier. He was telling me about it, so that's something that I need to do. And just a shout out to Elevator Sound as well, actually. Bristol-based modular shop. Really, really, really helpful. And what's super cool, though, is the staff, like Ben and James. They're super knowledgeable and really nice, and they've got plenty of time for you to, So if you are interested and you're a beginner and like myself and, you need some kind of advice in that way, then they're really good for that. They're really good. They give you very impartial advice that's super sound. So highly recommended. So that's my little plug for them. Not sponsored by them, I should add. Purely just saying that because that's been my experience there. So yeah. Chris Taylor's asking about tangible waves. They look great, tangible waves, I think. That's a different, that's not a Eurorack modules, is it? They're their own, am I right? Thinking that it's its own format. Synthatic is saying Mutable has a 5-volt plug for the bus board, and you have one. Cool. So my understanding then is you plug that into the bus board and then 5 volts is available. So yeah, I don't think it's particularly expensive. So I need to get one of them. Here's a clue for you then. Here's a clue for you all. The walrus was Paul. No. Here's a clue for you about one of the modules. That module needs 5 volts. There we go. One of the modules. One of these super duper ones. So yeah, there's a clue. You needed it for yarns. So yarns, another mutable instruments module, that needs 5 volts. Okay, that's interesting. So just learning about it really. I think in the earlier sort of dope for influenced Eurorack days, I think you didn't have 5 volts. And then they introduced 5 volts, I think, for more digital modules. But I believe that it's not huge amounts of, there's not a huge need for a lot of 5 volt, but I don't know how many modules are 5 volts, but right. Anyway, that's good. All right then. Thanks everybody. I was just finishing off with a little bit of a whiffle waffle. Please join me on Wednesday if you can, 8 p.m. Or next Monday, 10:30. Right. Take care everybody. Bye for now.